is out of control. It is wild, y'all. I just kind of want to check in to see how everybody feeling out here. Like, you got the senator died. You got the other senator still in the hospital for almost a month, if not already hit a month. Then you got the Democrats out here talking about the Clarity Act is a corrupt bill. And old boy better get his stuff together because we coming for him. He not about to keep making all this money in office. And we ain't getting a cut because I know that's what it is. It's not about us as, citizens. No. It's because the members of Congress, specific members of Congress, get hemmed up. Meanwhile, Buddy out here taking them to the bank. That's what that is. Democrats ain't slick. Anyway, I hope y'all having a really great week so far. Okay, I'm excited. Welcome in Saga City. What's good? What's good? This is the earliest you have been to one of my lives. Is it because I'm over here talking about these headlines is wild right now? Is that why? Welcome in, y'all. Come on in on YouTube. Come on in on TikTok. Go ahead, give the thumbs up on YouTube. Tap the screen as you're coming on. I see you, Noah Driver. Oh my 62. Welcome in, y'all. Go ahead and tap the screen. Tap it up. That's telling the algorithm that you are interested in what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, we're going to talk about how we can move and think more like long-term investors, even when these headlines are crazy. Mr. Cecil, welcome in. Catra Shop, I think that's what I just saw. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Phoenix Rising, let's go. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So these headlines is wild, y'all, and I just kind of want to, talk about it for my people who are new to the space or new to investing in general. Okay, we need to have a different type of conversation. All right, so this is gonna be for y'all. I see you, Bear Market Buddy. What's going on? My battles are here. I got Phoenix Rising, one of my battles. Bear Market Bully, my other battle up in here. Mr. Cecil, you my battle buddy too. All right, Saga City, you my battle buddy too. Let's go. I see y'all. Let's go ahead and share. Thank you for the Go Pops. I appreciate you, Mr. Cecil. Go ahead and share. All right. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear y'all perspectives. I want it all. You hear me? I want it all. Okay, we're gonna have this conversation. So I've been reading some stuff and I haven't had a whole lot of time. What's going on, battle? Well, I should say brother. Wade, I see you, Peachy King. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, my brain is like right now. With everything that's been, coming at me, and I've been reading and I've been working and all kind of stuff. Boom! What's going on? BK Crypto in the house. Did you go to the concert? I know you went. Did you go to the concert this weekend to see Jay-Z? H to the Izzo. You gonna see him? Man, BK, come on. Y'all starting early with this Solana talk, huh? Y'all start early with this Solana talk. Oh, shoot. Hey, let's go. We talking about it. Let's go, Saga City. I see you. Yeah, I watched, I forgot which night it was. I think it was Friday night. I watched it, I believe, because they were live streaming it. I forgot who the person was, but they was live streaming it, so I got to watch it on YouTube. Shout out to whoever that person was. I was like, man, they was having a ball. You hear me? Shoot, if I was still in New York, I probably would have went. I ain't even gonna hold you, because I wasn't far, back then anyway. But yeah, okay, I got you. Wade said he missed it too. I got you. So listen, as we do this, I'm gonna be sharing my screen. I got a little whiteboard using Canva since I'm not on Zoom, because on Zoom I could do the whiteboard, drawing all this stuff all fancy. But I put some little stuff in the whiteboard so that way y'all can see it, okay? because I'm not in my office. I'm at home. It has been a busy day with the kids. Summertime, boy, I'm telling you, summertime is no joke. When your kids are not in camp, oh my God. Y'all pray for us. Pray for us. Ben Market Bullet said Nas over Jay-Z all day. Hey, listen, I'll if that's your guy, that's your guy. Neither one of them were my main guy. But anyway, because I'm from the South. You talk about rappers, I'm all Outkast all day, every day. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody competes with Outkast to me. So anybody else outside of that, y'all have it. Y'all have at it. Oh, shoot. Saga City answering y'all a question. Let me pin this for y'all real quick so that way y'all can respond to Saga City, because I don't watch that. My husband probably did it. To be honest, he probably watched it because he be watching all kind of stuff. I'd be like, what is this you watching? He been watching the people competing with the bicycles and stuff, and they in the different terrains, and you can hear the person. Hey, Neuropathic, thank you so very much for the heart, me, and the roses. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I'm just sitting here like, bro, what you watching? And then my butt get to watching it. Miss Michelle, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So yeah, y'all, these doggone these headlines are out of control. But here's hey, Bear Market Bully, don't talk about my guy 3 Stacks now, okay? Don't talk about my guy 3 Stacks. I actually still listen to that Flute album. I kid you not. Like when I want to focus and I know like I got a bunch of stuff to do, I kid y'all not, I put that on. And I be like, I guess the job done. So shout out to 3 Stacks for putting out that Flute album. I'm with it. Even though I would have rathered, the name ain't gonna lie, okay? I would have rathered him put out a rap project, but that's where he at. The Believer, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. That's where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? Can't knock him. So yeah, I want to talk about these headlines because as a person who was once a beginner, just like all of us, okay, we all had a different journey as a beginner. Mo Moves, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. We all had different journeys as we started out in the crypto space, okay? Some of us were a bit more moved by the headlines and were a bit more moved by when there's excitement and things, and we may panic and fear and stuff, have that fear and everything. That was Leona. I'm just going to keep it real, okay? That was Leona. You don't know what you don't know until you know. Chad, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So I want to be clear on something for all my people when we start talking about, can y'all hear me on TikTok? Can y'all hear me? Because it just said it was unstable. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up real quick if you can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, cool. I just got a message come across. Gotcha. But yeah, so all of us have been a beginner at some point. Some people, Marcel, welcome in. Happy Friday. Some people are beginners right now. Okay. Why welcome in? Happy Friday. I said happy Friday. Happy Tuesday. I'm rushing this week, apparently. But I want to be clear on something, y'all. Every headline does not equate buying and selling. Marcel, thank you for that heart. Me, I appreciate you. Every headline does not tell us we should buy right now or we should sell right now. Okay. What we want to start doing for those of us that are beginners, okay, I'm not anymore, but if you're a beginner at this point, I want you to think about that headline. I want you to verify that information too. But also, when you think about that headline, think about what it's actually saying for you as a long-term investor. I want to be clear before we get into it, y'all. Today, I'm not talking to people who are short-term. You trading, you holding for less than a year. My live streams are not for you. If you want to talk about trading cryptocurrency, you can go to Blockchain Bullhorn. You can go to Bullish Bag. You can go to all these other amazing crypto educators here on TikTok and those that are on YouTube. You can go to them. Leona is not your girl. I'm not talking about crypto trading, okay? I'm talking about what's going on today with the headlines and how, as a beginner at times, you may think that that means buy right now, sell right now. Okay. My live streams are for beginners. So every time that I jump on here, I'm talking to people who are reacting to things and they haven't figured out how to think just yet. Okay. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to y'all. I want you, if you have been in this space for a minute, you probably got to go way back. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about a couple of them because I saw the Democrats talking about the Clarity Act, especially since Senator Graham passed away this weekend. Then you got, what's his name? The other senator, the speaker. God dog, the old dude. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He got to be pushing 80 years old right now with the glasses. His name is escaping me right now. But him still being in the hospital, so now the POTUS is pushing for the Clarity Act to be passed. But the Dems is like, dog. You're not about to sit here and continue to make billions off this market while we up in here and y'all sitting here hanging us out to dry. Y'all doing all this insider trading. That's me reading in between the lines, okay? But the Dems pretty much called the Clarity Act bill a corrupt bill. Okay. And then you have the interest rates talking about those people are speculating that there's going to be a raise in interest rates in July. So these are just a couple of things that can potentially impact the cryptocurrency market. So we want to talk about that. All right. So that's for you, Marcel. So yeah. So I want you to think back to when you first started your cryptocurrency journey. Okay. Whether that was back in 2016, 2017, or whether that was in 2020 or whatever. Yeah. Whatever his name is. I can't remember that dude's name. God dog. I'm really sitting here, even though I'm talking, my brain is like, what is the dude's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's in the Senate. He's a Republican. He's been in there forever, and I believe it do start McConnell. Is it Mitch McConnell? Because you put McCulkin. I think it's Mitch McConnell. That's the one that's been in the hospital for like doggone near a month. If not, he already hit a month. Thank you. Yes. So it is Mitch. Yep. That's it. So you got Graham done passed away this weekend, and he was joking, talking about he can't die now because he got things to do with Russia and all this stuff. And then you got Mitch been in doggone hospital for pretty much a month, and talking about he's been hospitalized because he fell. Nah, dog, you're super old. But anyway, these are the things that's in the news right now, and it has a potential to impact the way that people are looking at investing in the cryptocurrency market. Okay. So that's why we want to have these conversations for beginners to not get all up in arms and all over the place and panicking and, whatever. We won't need to do that. We're going to keep a cool head. Okay. So think back for my people who have been in the space for quite some time, for some years. I want you to think back to when you were a beginner. Okay. And you opened up either your laptop or your phone and you saw headlines like Bitcoin plummets to 18K. That's back in 2021, 2022, right? Bitcoin plummets to 18K. The Fed's gonna raise rates. Congress is voting on crypto. All of this stuff you see being bombarded with headlines, right? I want you to think about that. Back in the day, what were you thinking at the time? Type it in the chat. When you were seeing all of these headlines that are perceived to be negative pertaining to crypto, right? What were you thinking at that time? Type it in the chat real quick if you can type. If you are driving, please do not drive and type, okay? If you are at work, please don't get caught, all right, and mess around and lose your job or whatever because you're sitting here talking about you want to type in the chat, okay? Mac, we're not on SRP right now, okay? We're on something totally different. All right, type it in the chat. What were you thinking when you would read a headline like that, okay? What were you thinking as a beginner? Wade said, my dumb behind ran when I should have bought. Hey, it is what it is. Bear market bully was like the sky is falling. Listen, we all have our things. We used to be in chats, y'all. We were in like WhatsApp and Telegram and all that stuff back when I first started investing in the cryptocurrency market. Because for those of y'all that don't know, way back when I first started out, I was a part of this company that was teaching people how to trade, right? Later on, I learned that it was network marketing because I didn't even know nothing about no network marketing, child. I was I was such a noob. Like, you talk about network marketing, I was like, what's network marketing? I ain't even know what that was, y'all. And I was in my 30s because I was in the Army. Like, that was my focus, right? That's it, Marcel. That was it. So in 2020, yep, that was the first name. Then they changed to what was it? I Mastery Academy or something like that. So back then in 2020, when I got reintroduced to cryptocurrency as an investor, right? And I started learning or whatever, we were all in these different group chats and stuff, and we were watching. First, we were all excited, people portfolios done hit, five figures and six figures, right? Because some people put more money in than others, everything. Y'all, when the bear market hit in 2022, we in the chat, and then at that point, it was doom and gloom in the headlines, y'all. And this was our first bear market. All of us that was there, the people that were connected to me anyway, this was our first bear market. Those of us that were in the chats and stuff. And so, y'all, we in the chats like, oh my gosh, the price just keep going down. When is it gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? Should I be selling right now? Like, if I wish I would have screenshot those doggone messages and still had them to this day so I could show y'all I'm not lying. Like, it's hilarious now, but at the time, when this is your first bear market, this is your first time being involved in cryptocurrency, period. Every headline sends you into this downward spiral. It sends you into panic mode as a beginner. Okay? So this is why we want to have these conversations, because some of these headlines are not crypto friendly. They may, for a beginner, send you into that mode where you feel like what Bear Market Bullet said, the sky is falling, or like Wade is saying, man, I'm about to sell my stuff. I'm running the other way. Screw this crypto stuff, right? But then there's going to be a few. Because you already understand market cycles and how investing works, okay? You probably already were investing in the stock market and in other asset classes. You're probably a super risky type of investor, right? So your mind, for that small percentage, your mind may have been, ooh, so should I buy some more right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, Whereas the rest of us were sitting there like, Lord Jesus, help us, take the wheel. All right. Well, the reason why I brought this up and I asked that question, and I share mine too, is because if you are feeling that way today, if you've ever felt that way, I need you to see that it's not just you. Okay. You are in good company. We've all been there. And this is why when I come on here, I want to make sure people know this is a judgment-free zone. Marcel, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. This is a judgment-free zone. We've all been a beginner at some point. None of us just woke up and said, I'm investing in crypto and I'm automatically an expert. No, we don't bumped our head. We don't got punched in the throat by the market. We have been scammed. Some of us have been scammed, be it a small amount or a very large amount. These things have happened. You are not by yourself if you have experienced these things, okay? But see, here's the thing, okay? The problem isn't necessarily that you're seeing too many headlines and all of these things. What's happening is a lot of you, just like myself and those that commented, weren't taught how to process what we read in those headlines. Okay? Say pumped by red candles. Come on. All of that. All right? My goal, my desire by the end of this live stream, all right? I'm not saying that you're going to know everything and you're never going to like panic or whatever. No, I just want you to be able to know a little bit more about cryptocurrency and how we can start to transition the way we think about certain headlines that we see. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all a couple of them tonight, so that way you can see, as not me just saying it, they actually put it out here on like CoinDesk and CNBC and Yahoo Finance and all that stuff. Okay, but the goal is to help you to think differently about these headlines that you read. All right, we ready? If y'all ready, let me know in the chat. Type ready in the chat. Keep tapping the screen. I appreciate y'all for the 5K likes on TikTok. Let's get these shares up. That would be awesome. Okay, that would be awesome when we can get the shares up. Repost if you haven't reposted yet. That would be great as well. Okay. And then also, I see you. Marcel gave me all the exclamation points. That means he is ready. He say, let's go, Leona. Enough talking. Let's go. All right, I'm with you. I got you. So we're going to run it. All right, for my people who are new here, if you are not familiar, my name is Leona Clark. I've been in the crypto space as a serious investor since 2020, but I was initially introduced to it back in 2017, child. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Not a clue, okay? But you know what? I did what I did, and I'm making it happen, okay? So let's go. And today, that's why I'm sharing what I share with you guys. So in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes that I made, and prayerfully you can get to your financial goal much faster than how I got to mine, okay? Rondo, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. And before we get into everything, y'all, I am not a licensed financial advisor. I do not have a securities license. So please don't ask me what should I buy Bitcoin right now, or should I buy XRP right now, and all this. So I cannot legally tell you that. Mr. Sean, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. That's another battle buddy. Let's go. That's another battle buddy. Let's run it. Okay. I cannot tell you what to buy nor when to buy. What I can do is say, hey, I'm not buying this because of that, or I am buying this because of that, or I'm looking to buy this at this particular price. Those are the things that I can do, and I can give you my why. Okay. Sean over here being funny on TikTok, talk about some should I sell. Come on, man. So what I would like, though, for my people who are a bit more experienced, share your experience, okay? So that way people who are just starting out in this space, they don't feel like they're alone, that they're the first one to go through it, and so on and so forth, y'all. I don't want people to feel like that. So the more of us that share what we've experienced, what we're doing today, why we're doing it today, we're not giving financial advice if we're not licensed to do so, then that's going to help the community as a whole. Y'all, there's more than enough money out here for every single one of us, okay? My expectation, though, is as I talk about this stuff, y'all take notes. Make sure you do your own research. Always do your own research, regardless of who you are listening to. I don't care how flashy they may be on these here social media apps. I don't care how humble they may appear. Always do your research when a person shares things with you, okay? I love that we are all able to get on here. Pedro, welcome in. Z, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I love that we're all able to get on here, but we all know that there are a ton of scammers out there. Okay, so we're not going to know if someone is giving us valuable information or not unless we go fact check. Got it? Okay, so Bear Market Bullet says, share my XRP experience, but I had a battle buddy that told me to get back in it. Hey, I don't know if I told y'all this, but my neighbor in the office building, right? He asked me, what did he say? He was like, how long is XRP gonna be down? Because I'm ready to get my money back. And I asked him, I was like, well, how long have you been in? And I want to say he bought, I believe he told me that he bought when XRP had surpassed $3. In my head, I was screaming, no! What? That was his first time purchasing, y'all. And he said, Bear Market Bully, he said, my friend is the one told me to buy XRP at that time. Because he didn't know. And he walks around in the office building with his XRP hat on and everything. And I'm just sitting here like, dang, dog. You got some time to wait. You got some time to wait. I didn't tell them that, but I was just like, hey, we're in a bear market. So only thing you can do is either wait it out, or if you know that you want to hold more XRP, this is a perfect time. Now, this was like a couple months ago. I'm like, this is a perfect time for you to just start buying, however often you want to buy, however much you want to buy. This is the perfect time to do it, right? Exactly. Buddy is in trouble, and he put some thousands in there. I think he said almost 10K or something like that. And I was like, yeah, it's going to take you a minute, buddy. It's going to take you a minute. Don't know what to tell you, okay? So this is why Leona does not tell people what to buy nor when to buy, okay? My goal here is to just pretty much help you to become a bit more informed as an investor, so that way you can make better decisions on how you want to deploy your money. I know I sure hope he did too. That's what I said. My suggestion was, if you know you're going to stay in the XRP, if I were you, okay, if I were you in that position, you might as well just buy at lower prices, because at that time it was like, I don't remember. I know it was a little over $1 at the time, but I'm like, you bought at $3 and some change. So, god dog, if you buying it at $1 and something, your cost basis is going to come down depending on how much you buy. So there's that. Mr. Howard, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So listen, y'all, I'm going to over the next 5 Crypto 101 live streams, right? Nick, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. What's going on, Mr. Howard? I'm glad to have you. Over the next 5 episodes, the next 5 Crypto 101s, what I'm going to do is we're going to be walking through how we can become long-term investors that just think, not reacting. We're not talking about trading and getting a quick flip, okay? We're not gambling. So don't come over here talking to me about the next meme coin and all that stuff. I don't told y'all, but for the people who have never been here before, I am not your girl. I don't do meme coins. I don't have a meme coin strategy. I personally don't like meme coins. If that's your thing, that's your thing, okay? But if for Leona, that's not Leona thing, okay? All right. So over the next 5 live streams, we're going to work on thinking like an investor. That's not going to mean that we're always going to be right, y'all, okay? It just means that we're going to make better decisions over time. The better the decisions we make over time, guess what? The more money we could potentially make, okay? But we're looking at holding. This is Leona. We're looking at holding for a minimum of 5, okay? Minimum of 5 years, all right? At least for a full market cycle, okay? And then you can decide on how you want to, rebalance your crypto portfolio and all of that good stuff, okay? Bro, bear market bully. You just go, I'm going to go on the ping you, dog, because, between you, BK, Crypto, who probably done dipped out, y'all in this Solana, I'm surprised Crypto Stock Markets ain't bust up in here talking about some doggone Solana. But yeah, Jay Boogie talking about Flare. Yeah, I have Flare. Shout out to my husband on that. I don't hold a whole lot, but I do have Flare as well, and getting the airdrops for that too. So yeah, so let's go. I have a question since we have some more people that came in here. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little poll to see where everybody's at or has been. Okay, if you are new, can y'all do me a favor and type new in the chat? If you are new, do me a favor and type the word new in the chat. New in the chat. Thank you. I see you, D Nice. Type new in the chat if you are new. Okay. And I'm talking about new to cryptocurrency, not new to me. All right. I want to see who's new to cryptocurrency first, and then I'll see who's new to me. I already know who's new to me because some of y'all, y'all names are not familiar. Your usernames are not familiar, so I already know this your first time here. I know who comes here, pretty consistently. And the people who, especially based on the questions that are asked or the statements that are made, I could tell this is your first time in my live stream. Okay, I see you. Okay, so Rhonda say not new at all. Okay, so I don't know if Nick is new to crypto or not, but for those that are new, I am recording this on YouTube as well. Okay, Bear Market Bully in here telling stories. And Mr. Howard, you too. Both of y'all in here telling stories. Y'all know good well y'all not new to crypto. My live streams, y'all, are for new people. Okay. I love when experienced people come in because we get to kind of, tee-hee, kiki, and all that stuff, laugh it up. Bill, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. We're able to, have some fun and everything. But as the experienced people come in, what I ask is if you're going to share something in the chat, please make sure that you use language that a beginner can understand. I am not a fan of us throwing a whole bunch of crypto jargon and terminology at people because not everybody knows. That's the reason why I do these live streams, to help people out who are curious about crypto, but also new to cryptocurrency. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, but I appreciate y'all if you've been in for a minute. So Rondo said been in for 6 years, still mad about October 10th. Yeah. So we've been in. For me as a serious investor, we've been in around the same amount of time. Even though I got exposed to it back in 2017, that was for trading crypto. And y'all ain't know what the heck I was doing. I wish I would have been, understanding what I was doing, because I would have invested, like just did a lot of buying whole on top of calling myself trading in 2017. That would have been, bruh. Marcel said blew too many accounts trading. Absolutely. When you don't know what the heck you're doing, this is why Leona, I'm not here to tell you wrong if you learn how to trade first. I'm just saying from my personal experience, I wish I would have been taught to invest first. That's it. I wish that I would have been exposed to investing first back in 2017 versus my first exposure to the cryptocurrency market and everything, being trading, because I lost way more money. The money that I lost trading, I know that my portfolios would have been freaking way bigger than they are today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really mad at myself, but nonetheless, you live and you learn, and this is why I teach the way that I teach today. Okay? Jay Boogie said trading is grown folks' business. I was grown, but I wasn't grown enough for that. Because I got introduced to trading when I was in my 30s, and I was like, yeah, this you got to be stumping with the big dogs. Like, you got to have a different level of discipline and patience that I thought I had, but I discovered when trading, no, you didn't have it. Okay? Revenge trading, bad. That's why I was blowing so many accounts. So that's why Crypto 101 is strictly for investing. Okay? It's strictly for investing. If you want to talk about trading crypto, go holler at Blockchain Back. I said Blockchain Backer, child. That's YouTube. Go holler at Blockchain Bullhorn. Go holler at Bullish Babe. They on TikTok. Y'all can holler at them. And whoever y'all follow on YouTube over here, holler at them. I'm not your girl. Okay? I want people to get solid with investing, see the results of their decisions as an investor. Then, boom. Once you see that, hey, I'm consistently making money as an investor, my portfolio is consistently going at least double digits, okay? You hit 10% each year at a bare minimum on your portfolio. Now you can start talking about doggone learning how to trade. L, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. But if you're not doing that at a bare minimum every year as an investor, you shouldn't be talking about trading, okay? And this is why I talk about what I talk about today. He say poof and it's gone. Absolutely. D Nice over here on YouTube said it's never too late. Let's learn. Get it now. That's right. I'm with you. Boy, if I could pin that, I'll pin that. I would pin that if I could pin it. Hold on. Did I? Oh, I pressed the start. What does that do? I don't know if that do anything, but we'll see. L, thank you for that, Rose. I appreciate you. So, yeah. So now that I did that, Cortez, welcome in. Thank you for that follow too. I appreciate you. So when you see a crypto headline, something like, big, as a matter of fact, we saw it. Bitcoin plummets to 59K. What was your initial first reaction? Okay, what was your initial reaction? What was your first reaction? Did you panic? Put panic in the chat, or maybe we just do put the number 1 in the chat if you panic. Okay, when you saw that Bitcoin plummeted and dropped to 59K ish, if you panic, put the number 1 in the chat. Don't mean that you sold, just in your head you was like, what's going on? Okay. All right, put the number 2 if you got excited, like, hey, you start rubbing your hands like Birdman on that thing, like, come on, just a little bit more. Now I'm about to go ahead and buy some more, right? Put the number 2 in the chat if you was up in here rubbing your hands like Birdman, like you looking mighty lovely, Bitcoin, you looking mighty lovely. Okay, put the number 3 in the chat if you just flat out ignored it because you were like, yeah, it's gonna go down some more. Okay, or you're like, I'm not investing in Bitcoin. Okay, maybe that's why you just ignored it. But number 3 in the chat if you ignored it. Okay, for whatever reason you ignored the price dropping to 59K. All right, put the number 4 in the chat. This is the last one. Put the number 4 in the chat if you were like, I have no idea what to think about the price of Bitcoin dropping down to 59K. D Nice said he buying some more. Let's go, D Nice. Okay. D Nice said he buying some more. L said they was panicking. I see you. Mr. Howard buying some more. Buy some more. Marcel buying some more. Okay, he said, I'm getting excited. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Bear Market Bully said, yep, I'm ready to go. Rondell said, I never panic. Let's go. All right, let's go. Crypto Caddy, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So listen, this is understandable. If you are a beginner in the crypto space, D Smooth, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's okay if your first thought was to panic. Not necessarily saying that you sold anything. Your first thought was panic. Oh my God, what should I be doing? Should I sell right now? What should I do? Okay. For those of us that were like, nah, we over here like this. Okay. We over here like this. Then cool. Okay. So I'm about to show y'all something. Let me share my screen because y'all are going to get it here in a second. Okay. Because I believe it was, who was it? I think it was Marcel was talking about them red candles. Yeah. That's what I'm about to touch on real quick. So let me share my screen and then I'm going to turn it around for y'all on TikTok, okay? 1 second. In the meantime, while I am sharing or preparing to share my screen, what I want y'all to do is tap the screen. If you haven't tapped and liked this live stream yet, go ahead and do so. Also, share if you haven't shared yet. Repost if you haven't reposted yet, especially. And thank you so very much, Crypto Katie. I appreciate you. But yeah, also make sure that you repost if you are a person that's like, I don't know you like that, Leona. Okay, this is my first time in here. All right, you can always repost and not share. Okay, it does the same thing. It tells the algorithm that more people need to receive this live stream, this information from this live stream, so TikTok can send it out to the FYP. Okay, for those of y'all on YouTube, shout out to y'all on YouTube. Thank you so very much for tuning in, for commenting. If you haven't given it the thumbs up yet, go ahead, give it the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, okay, subscribe and then also hit that notification bell so that you know when I am going live. And also they have this feature on YouTube. If you're watching me on your phone, you can hype the video within the first week. Okay, that does something I don't really know yet, but I keep seeing it. So press the button to hype the video up. Okay, so y'all should be able to see my screen on YouTube. Okay, y'all should be able to see that on YouTube. Now I'm about to turn this around for y'all on TikTok, and you're probably gonna be like, Leon, what the heck is this? I got you. Give me a second. I got you. Okay. Thank y'all for continuing to tap the screen. 11K likes. I love it. Okay. So can y'all see this? We got a little stick figure here. Huh? We got a cell phone here. We got a lightning bolt. Now, when it comes to us as human beings, all right, I see you. When it comes to us as human beings, thousands of years ago, okay, our brains thousands of years ago was pretty much like we were fear-based, right? We were driven off of fear. There were things we didn't understand, but this is how we survived, right? This is how our ancestors survived, okay? Emotions, fear, all of these things helped our ancestors survive. It was like a little mechanism, okay? That does not help us today as investors. That does not help us today as investors. We have those emotions pop up. Remember how I said those headlines that we may see, okay, that could be perceived to be negative. Those headlines are driving us to make emotional decisions as beginners. Whereas those of us that's been in the space for quite some time, we've learned how to kind of mitigate that, minimize the emotional decision making, right? But not everybody does that. So when they have these feelings about the headlines, right, and they may be driven with by panic and fear and things of that nature, right? That's their reaction. They may feel like, okay, oh, this is bad. And then they make a decision based off of what they perceive to be bad. And that decision could lead to them selling at a loss. That decision could lead to them buying at a much higher price when they could have bought at a lower price. Do y'all agree or disagree with me in the chat? Let me know. Do you agree or disagree in the chat? As a beginner, a person, the average beginner as an investor may be driven by emotions. That's how they react to those headlines with their emotions, and that causes them to make a decision that they may later regret. All right, I see you. Hey, Mr. Bill, welcome in. Yolanda, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I see you. All right. So now that we know that, right? Now that we have had this conversation, right? Our brain, when we're looking at charts, we talk about charts on here pretty often. I show y'all the charts. And then I say red means the price is going down. Green means price is going up, right? So that same brain that survived years ago and thrived off of fear and was protected and everything all those years ago, that same brain today may see a red candle when we're looking at Bitcoin, okay, and think, danger, this is bad. This is not good for us as an average beginner until we are in the position to change that type of thinking. Okay? That's why I wanted us to see how our emotions drive our reactions, which also contribute to our decision making when it comes to our money. All right? Everybody got it? So this is the start of us, for those who are still battling, making those emotional decisions with their money. This is the start of us moving a bit away from that. It takes time. Some of us get it faster than others. I'm going to tell y'all right now, we were just talking about trading, right? And how we had to learn the hard way that trading is a big boy sport, okay? It is. It's not for the newbie. It's not for the person that's new to investing. It's not for the person that's new to markets, period. Okay? Yes, Marcel said you have to detach from your emotions. Absolutely. And y'all, that takes time. The only way for you to successfully minimize your emotions when in the market, you have to be exposed to the market. You have to put money into the market. You got to have some skin in the game. Okay? Sitting on the sideline saying, I'm not emotional, but you don't have any money in the market. No, baby, that's not how it works. You put that to test, put it to the test when you put your money in the market. Okay? So what we want to do is, Marcel laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. You got them people that sit over there. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have did that with my money. Ooh, I almost said, hoo. I had to catch myself. Okay, so what I need to say is, bruh, all right. You don't have any room to talk when you're not putting money into the market. That's like a person telling you, oh, you that crypto stuff, you ain't gonna do nothing but lose your money. But they're not investing at all. How you gonna tell somebody if they're gonna lose their money if you haven't put any money into the market? Don't invest in the stock market because you're gonna lose your money. How can you tell me that I'm gonna lose my money if you don't invest in the stock market? And I'm not talking about, oh, you putting money in your 401k. No, dog. I'm talking about you have your own brokerage account and you are doing the research on those different companies and ETFs and things of that nature. And then you put the money in that stock brokerage account. And then you look at your portfolio to see if it is growing or if it's stagnant or if you're in the negative because you don't know what the heck you're doing. Okay? So for those of us, we already pretty much talked about like how we felt when we let our emotions drive our decisions when we saw headlines as beginners, right? So what I want to do is I'm about to pull up these headlines again so that way y'all can see. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing and then I'm going to pull these up. I'm just going to show y'all these different ones and then I'm going to show this whiteboard to y'all so that way we all on the same page. Say LA just said we are already moved to a new system called the blockchain. Okay. So let me share. Oh, I thought I was there. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get this. Come on, y'all. Keep sharing. Keep tapping the screen. Keep reposting if you haven't reposted yet. I'm about to show y'all these different headlines. This is the one I was talking about earlier, and I was just laughing when I was reading this, chat, because I was like, bruh, y'all Dems is something else. Y'all don't care about us. Y'all just saying stuff because y'all just want to feed this idea that y'all are better, and we all know better. We all know better. All y'all doggone crooked. Anyway, so this is one of the headlines I read today. Okay. They were saying that some of the U.S. Senate Democrats come out against the Clarity Act, calling it a corrupt bill. Y'all read this. It's on CoinDesk, right? Read this. They are talking about the POTUS and everything. Look, so it says that there are specifically 3 Democrats from the U.S. Senate that have argued there are lots of reasons to oppose the crypto legislative bill or the currency crypto legislative effort, even as advocates of the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act. Okay, so even though they may want to vote for this, they are like, And what I've noticed was that some of them were pretty much talking about, the POTUS. Like, dog, how you over here getting billions of dollars off of this doggone market, right? And this is why you pushing for us to get up in here. But then we got others that are sitting here getting taken through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? They getting charged. They getting dogged out, talking about insider trading and all this stuff. Nah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Then this is another one. Ty, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Thought I hit flip. So then this is the other one on CNBC. Oh, Lord. Get off of there. CNBC. We were talking about, I was actually reading this. They are talking about a July rate hike from the Fed, right? Now, we talking about these headlines, right? Everybody saw those headlines. I got a question. While I pull up this whiteboard, what are y'all thinking about those 2 headlines that I just showed y'all? With the Democrats and then a possible rate hike in July. What are y'all thinking about that? What's your first thought? Type it in the chat for me real quick. What's your first thought when you saw those headlines? You probably saw them before I showed it. Davion, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Y'all probably saw it before I showed it here on the live stream. So what are y'all thinking about those 2 headlines? What's your first thought? Type it in the chat for me real quick. Type it in the chat. Let's go. In Love with Africa, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I see you. What's your first thought? Now, if you can't type because you are at work or you're driving, I totally understand. Okay? And look, there's no right or wrong. All right? There's no right or wrong. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say, oh, you're wrong. Because I know some of these crypto educators on TikTok specifically, boy, they'll dog you out if you say something that they don't agree with, child. That's why I don't even be commenting on people's stuff. I'm like, because then I know my mouth get bad. I'll mess around and hurt your feelings. So that's why I'm very silent. I don't know if anybody noticed that on other people's posts, I say something, real quick, and then I'm out. All that back and forth or whatever, I mess around and hurt your feelings. All right, so I'm not that person. Bear market bully say more downside to come. Davion said market going down. Okay, so look. So I have over here, okay, I did a little something something different, right? If I could have wrote on a whiteboard, I would have, but I did a little something different. Y'all like that I'm, sharing a little different now? Just in case, what y'all think? Having other stuff up instead of just me talking and just the charts. Okay. So let's talk about this first headline. All right. The first headline was about the Democrats calling the Clarity Act bill a corrupt bill. Now, this is not all the Democrats in the Senate. I believe the article said it was 3. Okay. I think it was just 3. Oh, excuse me. I see you. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So the reality of that, okay, is boom. Read it. There we go. Y'all, this is just simply a political opinion, okay? This is not a law. This does not mean that the Clarity Act won't pass, all right? Because the bill still has to move through Congress and be signed by the president, all that stuff. So let's not panic. Let's not assume that we know. Predicting the market, I personally, Leona, don't do that. What I do is I am a scenario-based person. What is the likelihood of, if the Clarity Act is not passed, right? What could potentially happen? Well, what I know is what could potentially happen is for the people that have the billions of dollars to put into the market, they may not be as confident about putting more money into the cryptocurrency market until there is clear guidance, right, and regulation within the market. That is a possibility. That does not mean it is a guarantee. That does not mean that crypto prices are going to tank and we're going to go to zero like some people type on here, okay? That's not what that means, okay? What actually happened with this particular article, okay, is some of the lawmakers voiced their opposition. They said that there are lots of things wrong with the current Clarity Act before even considering passing it, okay? But crypto regulations did not change because of that statement. Bitcoin didn't become illegal. Price didn't drop dramatically because of that statement. The blockchain just didn't magically stop working because of that statement. We got it. Earlier today, something that I talked about, not here on this live stream, but earlier today during a webinar I had, I was telling people that we should focus on the things, or practice doing our best, focusing on the things that we can change versus the things that we cannot change. Okay? Looking at this is what helps us to identify what we can change and what we cannot change. We can't change the fact that some of these Democrats don't like the bill. We can't change that. We're not in Congress. If you're in Congress on here, shout out to you. But I don't know any Congress member that follows me on any social media platform. RGB, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Okay? We realize that no crypto regulation just automatically changed and magically changed today because they said that they think it's corrupt. Bitcoin didn't become illegal. The price didn't massively drop because they said that they believe that it is corrupt. We got it? Elvia, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Y'all still with me or y'all gone? Y'all still with me or y'all gone? Man, we ain't doing that. We don't do trading over here. We don't do that. Out. All right, I see you. Okay? Now, for my investors out there, for this particular headline, what we could do is just monitor the process. There's no need for us to panic. There's no need for us to rush to buy or sell, because these are just what? Opinions. They are entitled to their opinion. They are entitled to feel how they feel based on the data that they have, historical data, present data. just like we, Fanny, welcome in, just like we are entitled to our own opinion. Okay? Now, that second headline that I showed y'all about the rate hike, okay? It said that a July rate hike, okay, from the Fed, it looks as though the odds are leaning towards the prices going up or the rates going up. Here's the reality. Let me bring this down so you can see it. Okay? Here's the reality of that. The Fed has not confirmed that there's going to be a July rate hike. That has not been confirmed unless I missed it. Did the Fed confirm that, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Did the Fed confirm that they are raising rates in July? Yes or no in the chat? Because last time I checked, when I've been reading, I haven't seen that just yet. If I'm right, let me, like if y'all seen it, let me know if you've seen it. And then make sure you give me the article or the news outlet that you saw it from. Bear Market Bully said nope. Okay, so it's not just me. Okay? So what possibly is happening is that traders are adjusting their probabilities based on inflation right now, oil prices that have gone up after the strikes that happened this weekend, right? Economic data and Fed comments. Those odds can change quickly as new information is released. So right now, for us as investors, bam, look at this. This is our response. We just consistently monitor the data. And we wait for an official Fed decision. The Fed chair has to say rates are being increased by da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Or we're holding fast. Or we're decreasing. We wait for an official statement. Okay? We do not panic sell any of our assets just because market expectations change. We make sure we move based off of each scenario. We generate those scenarios and we move based off of those scenarios. We're not predicting the market. We're not saying, oh, this is what's going to happen, because none of us know. None of us are God. We don't have a crystal ball. Okay? We don't have a crystal ball, so we can't say this is what's going to happen. All right? PDWB, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. All right? Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? I know this isn't like some sexy topic or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And some people may be like, okay? But I want y'all to notice something, all right? When it came to like the Democrats and this whole them not, believing in the Clarity Act right now, okay? Yogi, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Notice I didn't say, the headline was true or false. I didn't say I agree or disagree with the senators. Bluefish, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. That's not the point of this exercise. That's not the point of me sharing these headlines to y'all. The point is for us to learn to separate opinions from actual facts, from actual changes, from our current reality. What's happened today based off of that headline? Did anything happen or change based off of that headline? Yes or no? Jason, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Yes or no? Okay. Same thing with the Fed, right? With the potential that whole headline about a July rate hike, right? That headline does not mean that the Fed has decided to raise rates. It just means investors believe the possibility of rates increasing has increased. So they probably went from, I forgot what the percentage was, a while back, but it probably went from like, 30-35% believing that it's going to happen to 50%. Okay? That's it. But a probability is not a decision. It's not an official statement from the Fed. So question for y'all. When you read that headline, did that mean that the Fed raised rates, or did traders just change what they think the Fed might do? When you read that headline with me that I just showed y'all about the Fed rates, right? Did that mean that the Fed raised rates, or did it mean that traders just change what they think the Fed might do. So if they raise rates with their headline, type the number 1 in the chat. If it is the traders just change what they think the Fed is going to do, put the number 2 in the chat. Bear market bully, I already knew what I was about to say. There we go. Capping, what's going on? I know I ain't say Captain, El Caption. Welcome in, happy Tuesday. AG, welcome in, happy Tuesday. Exactly. That headline did not say that the Fed is actually raising rates. There are people that are believing that that is on the horizon, but that's not a confirmation. That's not an official statement for the Fed from the Fed chair. Okay? AG, you came in late, so I know you didn't mean the number 1. I just saw you come in, so I know you didn't mean the number 1. Bill, Mr. Bill said didn't change anything for me. I think the system breaks, oh my gosh. I think the system breaks, hype, or drop. Okay? I need to slow down when I'm reading. Sometimes I have to catch myself. Good Lord. All right. So at the end of the day, y'all, this is why, welcome in, CJ. I see you. Happy Tuesday. This is why we don't stop reading after the headline. We read the entire article. We listen to the entire statement. Okay. And then we make our next steps based on the information we have. Tyree, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. That doesn't mean that we're going to buy or sell immediately. That just means, should I prepare for, this is what I should prepare for. Oh, hey, we do talk fast in chat, in Chattanooga. He say, yeah, you talk Memphis fast. Oh, shoot. But yeah, so I had to catch myself. That's how I was in the army, y'all. I used to have to like slow myself down because my soldiers be like, sorry. But when I'm attempting to like, get it out, I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. So yeah. So at this point, I want to give everybody at least 3 questions. I'm pretty sure there's different types of questions or whatever. This is just Leona. Okay. Again, we're all entitled to our opinion. Mr. Bill said recession will force their hand to lower rates and print money. And that's when I'll make millions. Come on, I'm with you, Mr. Bill. Go ahead, get the millions. Let's go. He said, I'm buying when everyone else panics. That's what Warren Buffett told us to do. Buy the fear, sell the greed. And listen, if a billionaire tell you this is what you should be doing, and he's a pretty stand-up guy, guess what? I'm going to do what he say do. Until what he's telling me to do does not work. Because that's how I got introduced to the stock market. Like, for real. Started really digging into the stock market. Learning about Warren Buffett. And say, I'm still buying too. That's what's up. I love it. That's right. Let's go. Do what you do according to your pockets and your budget, right? So there's 3 questions that I personally believe at a bare minimum. Glenn, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. There are 3 questions that I believe that every investor should ask, okay? Y'all keep tapping the screen. Help Wade out by tapping the screen. Don't slack off on me, please. I appreciate y'all for getting me to 14K. I appreciate that. But y'all keep tapping the screen. Share if you haven't shared yet. Repost if you haven't reposted yet, okay? And especially if you aren't ready to share, you can always repost. Miss Angela, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So there's 3 questions that I think every investor should ask, okay? All right. Question number 1, when you read these headlines, these wild headlines, when the Democrats are out here talking about the Clarity Act is a corrupt, bill, right? When, I got you, Bear Market Bully. I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you. He's still here. My battle buddy's still here, just like Wade's still here, okay? Y'all help them out. Keep tapping the screen. The goal is usually to hit 20K by the top of the hour, so we're a bit behind on that, but I still appreciate y'all for continuing to tap, because I know y'all thumbs and index fingers or whatever you using is probably hurting right now if you don't have that little fancy tapper. So I appreciate y'all. Okay. On YouTube, if you haven't done so yet, give the thumbs up, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. And if you're watching on your phone, you can always hype the video within the first week of it posting. So you can hype this so that way it goes out to more people. Okay. If you cannot stay the whole time, y'all, you can always go onto YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube and watch the replay. Okay, you can always go there, watch the replay. So you can fast forward, rewind, pause, all that good stuff. Okay, that's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Oh my bad, not Mr. Bill. Thank you for sharing the live too. I appreciate you. User 596 just literally saw a headline saying I could be a millionaire by next by Sheba. Yo, that is a wild freaking headline. What? And see what I just told y'all? Like, I'm not. Some of these headlines, you just gotta be like, all right, bro. Bear Market Bully said he got that fancy tapper on deck. That's what I'm talking about. That's the best little $12 I spent, or $13, whatever it was. So I don't have to use my thumbs or my index fingers ever again, as long as that thing works. When I'm on other people live stream, I just clip that thing, press the button, and it just go for me. All right, and I lift it up every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? And then I put it back on there. All right, Trey, welcome in. Thank you for the follow too. I appreciate you. All right, so 3 questions. All right, number 1, when you see these headlines like what user 596 put up here that I pinned, okay, what actually happened? Okay, what actually happened? Not what did someone say happened, okay, but what actually happened. We always want to read beyond the headline. That headline that user 596 put in here, we all immediately laughed when we read that headline. Because we all know what are you talking about? Cut it out. That's got to be some trolling going on. Whoever wrote that is trolling us. Whoever wrote that is trolling every single person right now. Okay? But at the end of the day, the question that we ask ourselves is, when we read these headlines, what actually happened? Okay? So that one about the Fed rate hike, what actually happened? The one about the Democrats, or those Democrats in the Senate that said that the Clarity Act is corrupt, what actually happened? Opinions. That's what happened. Okay? What we do with that is, when we say what actually happened, we're going into looking for facts. If there's something that piques our interest in that headline, let's go get to the facts. Okay? Not people's opinions. Let's go get to the facts. All right? Question number 2, we should ask as investors when we read in these different headlines, right? Question number 2 is, in this case, we're talking about cryptocurrency. Does this change Bitcoin's long-term purpose? Does this change, Tyree put XRP, long-term purpose? Does this change, I already know, Bear Market Bully, I got you, Solana's long-term purpose? Does it change it? Okay? So does it stop that? Does that particular cryptocurrency just stop working because of this headline? Does the blockchain just automatically and magically disappear because of that headline? Right? Did the supply change? Like what? Said absolutely doesn't. Protocol stays the same. That's right, Mr. Bill. Right? Oops. Doggone it. I pressed the wrong button. I'm trying to. There we go. Right? But no, when we hear these or we read these type of headlines, no. Say, right, they put out opinions and talking points, but nothing is in stone yet. Absolutely. Okay? So as a person that is coming into this space, as a person who wants to become a better investor, this type of thinking we can apply to our investments in the stock market. When we read certain headlines that are talking about the company that we're investing in, right? Let's say that company is in an ETF and that ETF is holding, 30-40% of that particular company, right? What happens? Does it change the whole purpose of that company? Okay. So that's the second question. Third question that we want to ask when we read these outlandish, these wild headlines, these headlines that are fear-based, that's triggering that fear and panic or whatever. When we read these things, is this temporary or is it permanent? that headline about those few Democrats saying that the Clarity Act is God dog. Why in my head I'm saying bogus? It's corrupt. Jesus. I'm making sure I say the exact words that they said, the word that they were using. When they're saying that the Clarity Act is corrupt, right? Is this something temporary or permanent, right? That type of headline is temporary because, again, that's not a fact. That's their opinion. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate you, right? That's their opinion. When we hear more about the Iran war, like they bombed Iran again this weekend, right? So clearly peace talks is out the window, okay? Because we backed the bombs up. Oh, I was about to say Outcast is in my head, y'all. I was about to say it because that's Iraq. That's not Iran. But, you know, when you see those headlines, is this temporary or permanent, right? When the Fed, that headline about the Fed possibly seeing a rate hike, these are people's opinion, okay? Is that temporary or permanent? Got it? So these headlines are all temporary. What's permanent is when we see, like Mr. Bill mentioned, protocol failure, right? Government bans worldwide, complete loss of adoption of these different cryptocurrencies, right? That is what we're talking. That's more permanent. All that other stuff is temporary. Y'all still with me? If you still with me, let me know. Type here if you still here with me. If you can. If you can't, because you're driving or you're at work, I understand. Okay? Mr. Powell, welcome in. I see you. Happy Tuesday. All right? So when we see those type of headlines, I see you. Mr. Bill, you've been here for a minute, so this is interesting to you. He's like, I can see. Come on with the Spanish. Let's go. Come on. I see you, bear market bully. But yeah, so when we're seeing these headlines, we need to, again, control what we can control, discard what we can't control. Focus on the facts, okay? Opinions are just that, opinions. That doesn't mean that anything is going to happen. So, Sin, thank you so very much for that heart, me praise the blockchain. I appreciate you, right? So that doesn't mean that when you have those few Democrats out of the Senate saying, oh, yeah, you know, the Clarity Act, that's trash, that's bogus, that's a corrupt bill. That doesn't mean that anything is going to change right now with cryptocurrency, because that's not law. That is just an opinion. Okay? So we already talked about these things. What I want to do is kind of go over a little something for those of us that are looking to become long-term investors. For my people who are already there, you've been investing for quite some time, whether it's cryptocurrency, stocks, whatever it may be. Okay, you've been here for a minute. Y'all probably going to have your own kind of secrets and things that you want to add, so pay attention to and all this stuff. I ask that you share that with everybody in the chat, okay? But keep in mind, for my people who don't know, as they share in the chat, okay, don't take what they say literal, because I'm pretty sure no one in this chat is a licensed financial advisor. A lot of us provide our own opinions, and we speak based on our personal experience, okay? So keep that in mind when you are listening to or reading someone's statements, okay? Unless they say, no, I am a licensed financial advisor, or I'm a licensed financial professional, I'm a CPA, whatever, unless they identify themselves as that, and this is accurate, okay, and they're your financial advisor and they're your CPA, then by then, okay, I got it. You can roll with it, all right? But so I want you to just think about this. Let's just imagine we have Trader is my left hand, okay? This is my left hand. YouTube and TikTok. This is my left hand. Hey, Miss Gigi, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Trader is here. Investor is here. Okay? Y'all with me? Thank you so very much for continuing to share the live. I appreciate you. Okay? So Trader is here. Investor is here. So the trader, all right, looks at the headlines and whatnot, and they're like, ooh, what happens this week? They're focused on this week, right or wrong. Traders focus on what's happening this week, right or wrong. The investor is like, ooh, what's happening or what could potentially happen over the next 5 years? How is this thing going to impact what's happening in the next 5 years? How could it potentially impact my portfolio over the next 5 years? That's what the investor does, right? Am I right or wrong? Wade said, yeah, right. Okay. Traders, short term. Traders want the short term bad. Okay. So those headlines for a trader may be impactful and necessary to decipher faster because they're trading more than likely today. Okay. They're looking for a bag today. Whereas those of us right hand investors, we're like, no. I got it. This is happening. You're not about to distract me, dog. You're not about to trip me out of my position. Okay? I'm thinking about the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Got it? So if you bought a house, okay? If you bought a house, 2026, you bought a house, would you sell it because one neighborhood saw negative or depreciation, right? The value has dropped that week. Nothing massive, but the value dropped a little bit that week. Would you sell? If you just bought a house in 2026 and you see in that neighborhood the value dropped just a little bit, it's not some massive plummet or whatever, just drop a little bit that week. Would you guys say, I gotta go sell my house right now? Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no in the chat? If you just bought a house in 2026 and this neighborhood is seeing just a little slight decline, right? This week, are you going to go contact a realtor and say, hey, I need to sell my house right now? Yes or no in the chat? Some of y'all might be like, yeah. Somebody in their head is saying, well, yeah, Leona. I'm not here to tell you right or wrong, okay? I'm just saying, Mr. Wade, and listen, he say, no. Bear Market Bully said, I'm going to tell my neighbors they need to get up out of here and now buy their house. See, and this is what we mean by don't let people trick you out your spot. Don't let these headlines, don't let these news outlets, don't let these billionaires, don't let these financial institutions trick you out your spot. If you believe in that asset, if you believe in that cryptocurrency, and you said before you even bought into it that I'm holding this thing forever, okay? Or if you said I'm holding it for at least 10 years before I consider taking profit, whatever, okay? Don't let them trick you out your spot. All right? And I sure hope you ain't Bear Market Bully, neighbor, because boy, he gonna get you. He gonna get you. He gonna he gonna buy your house, flip that thing, and he gonna make all that money off of it, rent it out to somebody else. And he gonna sit here and get that money every single month. Okay? So my question is, so if that's the case, if we know we won't sell the house, right? Why do people sell these investments in the crypto space, stocks, right? Why do they sell them when they believe that those things that they believed in, just because they saw a headline that kind of, you know what I'm saying, threw them off a little bit, threw them for a loop a little bit. Okay? It can throw you off. It can even make you feel like, oh, shoot, for a moment, right? But what are the facts? Crypto Unraveled, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Okay? What are the facts? This doesn't mean for us to ignore risk. No. We're not ignoring the risk, y'all. We just need to learn how to separate the noise from the information that's been provided to us and the information that we have on hand, the historical data that we have. That's right. Miss Gigi said it's fear. Right? It's just simply fear. So as we invest in all of these markets, But we talk about crypto here, right? As we invest in these markets, we need to make sure, okay, that we are focused on the facts. We have historical data at our disposal, okay? If we know historically, we're typically in a bear market for roughly 1 year. For the past 2 cycles, we've been in a bear market for roughly 1 year. And then we saw an accumulation period where the market kind of moves sideways. It goes up a bit, but then it goes sideways again. We see that for another 9 to 12 months, right? So we're talking about a 2-year cycle of prices going down and then moving sideways. If we know that and we have the data to tell us that, why in the world are we panicking? Someone please help me understand. Say they sell because they buy pump and dumps, less stress in solid projects. Good point, Mr. Bill. Okay? If we know, we have the data to tell us this is how the market's been moving since 2017, right? If we going back to 2017, this is how the market's been moving since 2017. It hasn't changed yet. So until it changes, let's use the data we have on hand based on facts, not people's opinion. This is a fact. This has happened. Okay? Now we apply it to today. And until what's happening today changes the historical data, all we can do is go off of the historical data. So all those headlines that they putting out and trying to trick people out their spot to get them to sell or to get them to not buy, because that could be a thing of, oh, this Clarity Act is not going to pass, so don't buy into crypto because these institutions are not going to buy anymore because the Clarity Act is not going to pass. If that's the case, y'all, the crypto market is not going to go to zero because if the Clarity Act doesn't pass. The crypto market is not going to just magically disappear if the Clarity Act doesn't pass. We all know that, right? I hope we all know that. We hadn't had a Clarity Act in how many years? Bitcoin has been here since what year? 2009, right? Did we have a Clarity Act back in 2009? Did we have any type of regulation back in 2009? Did we have any government regulation back in 2010, 2015? The answer is no. It's been the wild, wild west for how long? Okay? We just got financial institutions really big into it with these crypto ETFs in 2004. So we talk about 2 years in, okay, where well-known private, firms and whatnot and corporations and whatnot are very vocal now about investing in the cryptocurrency market. Prior to that, you talk about 2021, 2022, especially during that bear market, they were dogging cryptocurrency out. Am I lying? The headlines was crypto is trash. Not literally, but they should have just put that up there. Crypto is trash. It's over for the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin is going to zero. That's the stuff they should have just went on ahead and put up there. Because that's how those articles were written. You know what I'm saying? So, at this point, let's move off of the data we have, utilize the facts. The headlines are going to be the headlines. Right, Mr. Bill said they do that every cycle. Every cycle. You don't see that when it comes to the stock market. They're not saying the whole US stock market is going to go to zero. All the companies are going to just disappear. They don't say that when it comes to the stock market. Why? You know what I'm saying? But now that you have all of these large financial institutions, you got BlackRock sitting here. Y'all, I went and looked today because I wanted to see how much Bitcoin BlackRock holds. Hold on, let me look. I'm on BlackRock's actual website. It's iShares.com. Okay, you can always fact check me. All right, as a matter of fact, let me share this with y'all on YouTube. Okay, but it's showing that BlackRock holds Hold on. BlackRock holds. Oh shoot, wrong button. It's showing that BlackRock holds as of 13 July. Okay. Oh, okay. My bad. All right. So The Rock, I just say that The Rock is sitting here with over $45 billion in Bitcoin for their ETF. Over $45 billion in their Bitcoin ETF, IBIT. So do we really think that this market is going to go to zero if the Clarity Act doesn't pass? 45 billion. The US Bitcoin reserve. Hold on. I'm looking at it. You can go to charts.bitbo.io, okay? And it's US-Bitcoin-reserve. The estimated US holdings of BTC is 207,189 BTC Bitcoin. That means the estimated value in US dollars is over 13 billion. Do we really think that if the Clarity Act does not pass, that this market is going to just go kaput? Huh? Do we think that that's going to happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to be ending before 8 o'clock, y'all. Look at that. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Right. All right. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. And I am going to ask y'all about what we talked about over the past 2 weeks, just to kind of see where y'all at. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up too. But your homework, okay, for this week, I probably won't give y'all anything on Friday. It'll just be for today, okay, for this week. I want you to find 3 headlines, okay? 3 headlines starting tomorrow. 3 new headlines, okay? Crypto related, all right, of course. And I want you to not tell me, don't tell me whether it's bullish or bearish or whatever. I want you to answer those 3 questions. What happened once that headline was published, okay? What actually happened? And does it change Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP, whatever your favorite cryptocurrency is, whatever you want to talk about, okay? Does it change that particular cryptocurrency's long-term purpose? Yes or no? Okay? And then the third question is it temporary or permanent? So is what was put in that headline, is it something temporary or is it permanent? Like we talked about earlier. Protocol. Okay? Government ban. Worldwide. Things like that are permanent. Okay? Now, once you do that, we're going to be coming back and we're going to talk about some more stuff, but we're staying in line with over the next now 4 crypto one-on-ones that we're going to do. We're going to stay in line with transitioning from reacting to these headlines and what we hear about the market to thinking like an investor that is holding long term. Living consciously, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay? So we're going to do our routine, y'all. Y'all ready to do the routine? Who did the routine today? Did anybody do the routine today? Well, we looked at those 5 things. For my people who weren't here, I'm going to go through those 5 things. Before you opened up a chart within the cryptocurrency market, right? How many of you did those 5 things? Looked at the DXY, the 10-year treasury, so on and so forth. How many of y'all did that today? Type me in the chat if you did it. You're very welcome, Miss Gigi. How many of y'all did that today? Wookie. That's my first time saying it. I don't see Pookie, Bookie. I never seen Bookie. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Who? I don't know what that who's asking. Ha! That's funny. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So none of y'all did it. All right, we about to do it together. Let's go. So let me close these things out, and we about to run it. Let's go. 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 I'm about to pull up Trading View. So we can look at the DXY together. I didn't look today either, bear market bullet, so don't feel bad. I was super busy today. And then had my niece and my daughter up in here, and ooh, Jesus, help me. That's all I can say. Help me, Jesus. 2 6-year-olds, they are a handful. But yeah, so we're about to do it together today. And we're gonna see what the market is telling us. I don't even know what the price of Bitcoin is right now. Matt's only welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I see you, Jay. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So before we get into this, there are 5 things, y'all, that we look at before we open up a chart to look at the price of any cryptocurrency. Y'all know, for those of you that don't know, I look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the granddaddy, of course, and all the cryptocurrencies, for the most part, they follow Bitcoin, okay? So if I want to have an idea of where cryptocurrency as a whole is heading, I'm going to look at Bitcoin first, okay? That's me. Not everybody do that. I ain't worried about what everybody else do. I do what I do, okay? If that works for you, you can run it too, okay? If it don't work for you, keep doing what you're doing, all right? So we look at the US dollar index first. That's the DXY. I'm going to take y'all to tradingview.com. It is a free website, free app if you want to download the app on your phone. It is free. You can choose to pay for it, but it's not a requirement to use it, okay? So we look at the DXY first. That's the US dollar index. The second thing we do, nights like this, welcome in, happy Tuesday. The second thing we do is look at the 10-year treasury. Let's go, bear market bully. Help them out, help them out, help them out. Okay? The second thing we do is look at the 10-year treasury. The third thing we do is look at the NASDAQ. We look at the QQQ specifically. Okay? The fourth thing we do is look at NVIDIA. Okay? That's telling us about AI. All right? Are people still excited about AI or not? And then lastly, we look at the ETF flows. Since I use Bitcoin as my gauge for the entire market, I go to Bitcoin ETF flows, okay? That's what I look for. So let me pull up Coin Glass so that way I have that up too, so I could just go straight to it and be good to go. All right, so let me share my screen, then I'm going to pull y'all over here. But thank you so very much. So if y'all want to do that with us, then stay tuned, stay here, and then we'll wrap this up after that. And we're going to do our traffic light method to help us to identify what type of environment we may be walking into before I open up the Bitcoin chart. Okay? So first things first, let me share, boom, DXY. Let's go. So like I said, I haven't looked today, so I'm going to be looking with y'all. Standard, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Okay. So for my people who do not know, DXY, this is the ticker symbol for the US dollar index right here. We're on tradingview.com. You see that up here, okay? Tradingview.com. And we're on the day time frame. Day time frame. So that means each one of these pretty candles here, each one of these represents 1 day of price moving up or down. Green means price is going up. It's getting higher. Red means price is going down. It is getting lower. Okay? Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it. Houston, what's going on? It say, do you start out putting money first? What do you mean? I don't understand the question. All right, I got you. The Grumpy, welcome in. Thank you for that. I got you. All right. So right now we see on the DXY US dollar index, we see a red candle. I'm going to hover over this. This is the next candle for the next trading day. Okay. That says 15 July. So this was today. Okay. So we close down. So that's telling us that the dollar is getting weaker. When we see a green candle, that means the dollar is getting stronger. Green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. Okay? Marie, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So that tells us right now the U.S. dollar is getting weaker. Thank you, Houston, for the Roseberry. I appreciate you. Everybody got that? So I want you to write that down or take a mental note, because I'm going to ask you a question later before we open up the Bitcoin chart. Okay? So right now, number one, the U.S. dollar appears to be weak. Everybody got it? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it, so we can move on to the next thing. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it, so we can move on to the next thing, which is the U.S. 10-year Treasury. Thank you so very much for sharing. I appreciate you. Let's go. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to move on. I see you. All right, let's go. So now we're going to move on to the 10-year Treasury, okay? 10-year Treasury up next. So make a note. If you forgot, make a note of the U.S. dollar appears to be weak right now. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the repost too. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Only my Gen X's and millennials, and possibly if it's any boomers in here, y'all know where I got that from. All right. Bear market bully, no. All right, let's go. So, we are on Market Watch. Where is that? Market Watch. That's right. In living color. That's right. Mr. Bill says it's been weak since we got off the gold standard. Oh, good standard. I see you. All right, Talent, welcome in. Hey. Happy Tuesday. So we're on marketwatch.com, okay? And we're looking at the 10-year Treasury. So this is the current one. I figured that's what you were talking about, Mr. Bill. I don't know why I corrected it when I read it. And I know that you meant gold. So 10-year Treasury yield, safe bet. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So this is updated as of July 14th, 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this was just updated. So the U.S. 10-year Treasury is 4.595. Okay, keep this in mind. 4.59. Okay, 4.95. 4.59. Jesus, 4.59. So we're gonna go down to look at yesterday to see if it was, or Friday. Wait, today Tuesday. So yeah, yesterday to see if it was higher or lower. Okay, so we're gonna go to historical quotes. We're on marketwatch.com. Okay, J Boy, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. And we're gonna scroll down so we can look at the last day. So yesterday, this was yesterday, July 13th. We're gonna go to the close column. Close column was 4.62. So that means that the Treasury is now going what? Down. Okay? Down. So that means the dollar is not as expensive as it was yesterday. If it goes up, that means that the money is getting more expensive. When it goes down, the money is not as expensive. Does that make sense to everyone? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. When we're talking about the Treasury yield, when the percentage is going up, that means money is getting more expensive. When it's going down, that means money is not as expensive. Okay? Houston said yes. Gotcha. So keep a note on that. So right now, it's telling us, number one, U.S. dollar is weak. Okay? And then also, the Treasury yield is down compared to yesterday. So that means that the money is not as expensive. Brandon, welcome in. Thank you so very much for tapping the screen, y'all. All right. If we ready to go on to number 3, which is the NASDAQ, we look at QQQ. Type ready in the chat. If y'all are ready to go to number 3, type ready in the chat. We're going to go look at QQQ. Okay. And we look at QQQ because crypto is part of the technology sector, correct? So if we know that crypto is part of the technology sector, then we should look at I see you. Since we know that post, welcome in, happy Tuesday. So since we know that, we want to look at the things that are supporting technology. The NASDAQ is heavy technology. All right, Mr. D Nice still here. Let's go. I see he say ready. Well, let's go then. So we're gonna go back to the back to Trading View. And I'm gonna type in QQQ. Okay. Heavy tech, right? Heavy tech. So let's go. So we're gonna turn this around. Let me exit this out. All right, so boom. So we see we're on QQQ on tradingview.com. Again, for my people who just joined, remember, this is a free website, free app. If you want to download the app, you only pay for it if you want to pay for it, okay? So QQQ, and we're on the day time frame. For my people who just joined, remember, each one of these candles represents one full day of price movement because we are on the day time frame. And when the candles are green, that means price is going up. When the candles are red, that means price is going down. Okay? Wait. Thomas, let's go over here. This is the current day. Okay? This says 14 July. So when the market closed, the stock market closed, we close with a doji candle, but the color is red. So that means that the price closed lower than when it opened. So why do we want to look at QQQ and the NASDAQ when we're talking about understanding the environment for cryptocurrency before we look at a crypto chart? When we look at QQQ, this is answering a question of, are people investing more into technology right now or not? So when you see the candle is red, even though it's a little doji candle, when you see the candle is red, does that tell you that people are risk on when it comes to technology or risk off just for that day for technology? Type on if you believe this is saying risk is on for technology, or type off in the chat if you believe this is saying off in the for technology. Type that in the chat for me. Type it in the chat. Man, I can't seem to. There we go. All right, I see you. So I see two people say off. Mimi, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. All right, Miss Gigi say off. Right. Okay. So right now it's telling us risk is off. Doesn't mean that the market is about to crash and it's gonna tank. No. Okay. The price actually opened higher than where it closed at yesterday compared to yesterday, right? This is where it closed at yesterday. Okay. That was 700 something. I can't even seem to get it right. 711, right? 711, right? So it closed higher than yesterday, but it's still technically risk off. Okay? All right. So we're going to move on to NVIDIA. If y'all ready to move on to NVIDIA, type ready in the chat. If y'all ready to go move forward to NVIDIA, type ready in the chat. I don't know why I turned this around. Houston said that means it's being flexible. Right. It's not like people are completely out of the technology sector. It's just right now, the risk is not as strong. People are not taking as much of a risk as they were, let's say a week ago, okay? Or a few days ago, because prices were higher. All right. So we're going to go to NVIDIA next. NVIDIA next. I don't know why I took this off. Jesus. Okay. So mental note, y'all. Okay, the US dollar appears to be weak. Treasury yield is down. Money is is not as expensive. We have QQQ. Looks like it is risk off for today. Okay, and now NVIDIA. Okay, let's look. We're on NVIDIA. Okay, we're on the day time frame. You see that here. All right. And then this is the current day. I'm trying to get over here. This is the current day right here. This green candle. So when the stock market closed, NVIDIA closed higher than the previous day. and it closed positive. Okay, so we have a green candle. So when we look at Nvidia as of right now, unless a different company shows otherwise to me, okay, unless a different company shows otherwise to me, right now Nvidia kind of gives us an idea if people are still excited about AI. Okay, if people are still excited about AI, we're going to see Nvidia continue to go up in price. If that day people are like, I don't know, that there may be something that's happening with data centers, whatever it may be, okay, there may be a little bit of hesitation for whatever reason, all right, then you may see prices go down a bit. So AI, people are still excited about it. We see green. People are not as excited as they were previously. You see red candle. Today, when the market closed, we had a green candle. So I want everyone to take a note that this signals to us that people are still enthusiastic and excited about AI right now as of this previous day. Okay, this day right here. The market closed today. Everybody got it. So we have 4 indicators so far, or 4 gauges right now, to kind of give us an idea of what type of environment we're walking into when we talk about cryptocurrency. The dollar's down. That means that it's appearing to be weak right now. U.S. Treasury is down. That means that the money is not as expensive today. QQQ is a little bit of an indecisive, right, movement, but it's still red. So that tells us the risk is not all the way on like it was previously. And then number 4, Nvidia is up. So that's telling us people are still excited about AI on today. Everybody got those 4 written down, or you have them mental note. Type yes in the chat if you have those 4 either written down or you have the mental note for those 4. Because now we're going to move on to the ETF flow. All right. Bear market bully with the C. C, senora. C, senora. D Nice said it shows the direction of the market on YouTube. That's what he says. All right. Let's go. So we're now going to look at Bitcoin ETF flows because like I told y'all, I look at Bitcoin. L, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. All right. So let me turn this back around. So we went over 4 parts so far. This is our last one. And then I'm going to ask y'all a question. I see some of y'all done dipped out. Some folks done dipped out because they're like, I don't want Leon to ask me no question. I don't want Leon asking me any questions. All right. So I am on coinglass.com/ETF/Bitcoin. Okay. Wade say we here. All right. I'm just making sure. Gwendolyn, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I'm just making sure. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the numbers drop down. I'm like, oh boy, we getting closer. And that folks just dipping out. All right, let's go. So we're gonna look at today. Okay, we're gonna go down here to see today and yesterday. What was the difference? Say trigonometry of crypto. Hey, I took trig too. I used to love math, man. I was really good at math. All right, so yeah. So let's go. Yeah, this is today. Okay, it shows you this, and then the numbers are pretty much filled in. Some of them are some of them are a bit empty, but for the most part, they have the total here. So today, Bitcoin flows are positive. It is green. Okay. So what that tells us when it's positive and green, that tells us that institutions are buying into Bitcoin. Take a note of that. Either write it down or take a mental note. When we see positive flows for like Bitcoin, for the Bitcoin ETF, that tells us that the institutions are buying into Bitcoin. Okay. If it is red like it was on yesterday, okay, if it is red like yesterday, that means that institutions were not buying into Bitcoin. Pretty simple, right? Brian, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So red means institutions are not buying Bitcoin that day. Green means institutions are buying Bitcoin that day. Okay? So now we have all of our information. Everybody with me? If y'all with me, let me know in the chat. So now you have everything. You should have everything. All right. So let me turn this back around. And now I'm about to ask the question. Okay? As a matter of fact, not ask the question. I'm going to walk through it real quick. Okay? Before I do that. So we saw, number one, we saw that the US dollar is considered to be weak today. Okay? I showed y'all that on the chart. I didn't make it up. All right. We went to the US Treasury. We saw that is down compared to yesterday. Their site is coinglass.com, Davion. Coinglass.com. If you want the rest of it, it's /ETF/Bitcoin, because I'm looking at Bitcoin ETF flow. Okay. Conversations with Evan. Thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. All right. You're welcome, Davion. All right. Ditto. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So we saw that the US dollar is down, considered to be weak today. Okay. We saw that the treasury yield is down. Okay. That means that our money is less expensive today than it was previously. All right. Violetta, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Okay, there we go. NJ, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Okay. Yep. We're down for QQQ. So that tells us that risk is not totally on today. Okay. And then we see that NVIDIA is up. So people are still enthusiastic and excited, loving AI. We still putting our money into AI, right? And now you see the flows for Bitcoin is positive. Okay. People, institutions are buying into Bitcoin. Now that we have those 5 things, we're going to go over real quick. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. We're going to attempt to go over the traffic light method for my people who have been here. Okay. For the past 2 weeks, that y'all already know what it is. Okay. You already know. You already know. Let me see. I'm gonna pull this up so that way y'all can. Oops. I thought I had it saved on here. Maybe I need to put this in. There you go. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for that heart me as well. NJ, I see you. And thank y'all for continuing to like the live. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so let me show this. Boom. Okay, let me turn this around. Okay, so I talked about the traffic light method last week. We talked about this 2 days in a row, or not 2 days in a row, but on Tuesday and Friday of last week. So when we say that it's green, okay, that means that we are in a high confidence environment. What that looks like is we have the dollar is up, is strong. We have my bad, Jesus. We have the dollar is down, is weak. We have the treasury yield down. We have the NASDAQ/QQQ is positive, is up. We have the NVIDIA is up, and we have positive Bitcoin flows. Okay. That tells us we're walking into a high confidence environment before we even open up a crypto chart. Does everybody follow me so far? So if somebody can put it in the chat. We need to see US dollar down, weak. We need to see treasury yield down. Okay. We need to see QQQ up, NASDAQ. We need to see NVIDIA up, and we need to see positive Bitcoin ETF flows. That tells us we are walking into a high confidence environment. That does not mean that everyone is buying or should buy. That just means the environment is leaning more towards taking risks. Okay? The environment, investors at this time are leaning more towards growth assets. Does everybody got it? If you got it, type I got it. If you got it, type I got it in the chat. Okay? If you don't and you need me to repeat it, type repeat in the chat. If you need me to repeat it, type repeat in the chat. All right, I see y'all. Okay, because I'm going to ask y'all, which one are we? Green, yellow, red, based off of what we just went over today. So yellow is we have mixed signals, okay? So this is where we proceed. We are aware of what's happening, but we may, just like bear market bully said last week, sit on our hands. So what does mixed signals look like? We have the dollar is up, but the treasury yield is down. QQQ is down. Nvidia is up, and then we have positive ETF flows, right? That's all over the place because green means what? Both the dollar and the treasury yield need to be down, and then our tech, our AI, and our ETF flows all need to be positive or up, right? That's green. So if we have something like that, that means it's sending mixed signals. All right. We may not need to make a decision right off today. Whether the decision could be chill out. Okay. And then come back and look later. Everybody got yellow. Everybody got yellow. Okay. So red. Okay. That's right. Thank you, Bear Market Bully, for putting that in there. I appreciate you. Look at him. My battle buddy got my back. I appreciate you. Okay. So now we know what green looks like. And then we have an example for yellow. Okay. Red is our environment where we are going to proceed with caution for show. More than likely, we need to just chill out. Okay. More than likely, we need to just chill out. All right. Because risk is off. That means the US dollar is strong. Treasury yields are high. Okay. So that means the money is expensive. And then we have the NASDAQ down. We have Nvidia down. And there is negative flows for our crypto ETFs, whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whichever one you're going to be looking at. Okay. That means it is red. So again, red means that risk is more than likely off because the dollar is strong. Treasury yield is up. Okay. So both dollar and treasury yield are up. And then all of our tech, AI, and ETF flows are negative. It is down. Okay. So based on what we just went over today, okay, we saw today that the dollar was down, is weak. Treasury yield is down. We had QQQ was not up. It was down. It was red. The candle was red. Okay. We had Nvidia is up, and we had positive flows for our Bitcoin ETF. Are we green, yellow, or red as far as environment? Type it in the chat. Are we green, yellow, or red for our environment today based on what we saw? Type it in the chat. Wade said, I'm wishful thinking yellow. Okay. Are we green, yellow, or red based on what we went over today? Type it in the chat. I'm going to give y'all a minute. Give y'all a minute. Green, yellow, or red. Remember, the dollar is down. The yield is down. QQQ is down. The NASDAQ. The Nvidia is up. And our Bitcoin ETF is positive. Are we green, yellow, or red? Type it in the chat. Wade, the only one that's confident in his answer. All right, well, Wade, you right. Okay. The reason why I'm saying yellow, that's right, Davion. The reason why we're saying yellow, and I'm saying yellow, is because QQQ is not up. It was red today. Got it? It was red today. Everything else lined up, but it was red today. Now, does that mean that Bitcoin price is going to be down automatically? Absolutely not. Okay. Does that mean that Bitcoin price is going to be up just because even though QQQ was barely down, right? That does not mean that. You may see Bitcoin price up a bit and then it's stagnant. It's moving sideways. You may see that Bitcoin price has gone down a bit and then it's stagnant. Okay? I see you, bear market bully. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the chart. Okay? Now we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart and then we're going to be done. We're going to be out. All right? So let's go. Uh-oh. I thought I removed it. Remove. All right, let's go. So last thing, let's see what Bitcoin chart is showing us as far as the price for today. All right, so let's go. Let's turn this around. Oh, shucks. I'll press something. Okay, so look here. Look at here, look at here, look at here. Oops, I'm supposed to be on this one. My bad. Hold on. Crypto. Bam. All right. So we're on BTC USD. Everybody see that. Still on tradingview.com. We're on the day time frame. Remember, I'm looking at the current day. Okay? Current day. All right. Lars, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. So this is the current price. So Bitcoin is actually moving down a bit compared to yesterday. Okay? But notice how, if you look to the left, notice how it barely moved up anyway. Okay? It barely moved up. Look at this. This is the pass from, from July 6th. Okay? The price has barely moved up. Everybody see that? So would you all agree that what we saw as far as the environment goes, it played out, fortunately, in our favor because we said it was sending mixed signals. So that means that Bitcoin may not be doing some massive move to the upside or downside. Everybody see this? Yes or no in the chat? Did this help somebody today? Let me know in the chat. Right now, welcome in. Thank you for that for joining. All right. Okay. That's it. That's all, y'all. So every day, what I do, all right, that's good. I love it. I love it. So every day before we open up a crypto chart, y'all, this is the challenge. I want you to get in the habit of looking at those 5 things. The US dollar index first, the 10-year treasury yield, okay? Excuse me, QQQ, NVIDIA, and then the crypto ETF flow. So I look at Bitcoin. If you want to look at Bitcoin like I do, cool. If you're a person that want to look at Ethereum flow, ETF flow, XRP ETF flow, that's totally up to you. Okay? But I look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the leader and it gives us an idea of where the market is heading. Okay? So now we knew we were walking into an environment that was sending a bit of mixed signals, so we just need to chill. All right? Any questions or comments about what we talked about tonight? Miss Terry, welcome in. Ramen, thank you so very much for liking the live. Ron, I appreciate the share too. Okay? All right. So listen, y'all, for my people who are new to crypto, if there's anyone in here, I know we had some people earlier, but the numbers have, fluctuated and everything. If there's anyone watching live here on TikTok or the replay on YouTube, okay, if you are new and tonight has helped you to think a little bit differently, I would love for you to continue to learn with us, become one of my battle buddies, okay? Wade is my battle buddy. Bear Market Bully is my battle buddy. Miss Gigi is a battle buddy. We are together making sure that everyone is properly educated and become confident as crypto investors. We're not out here chasing the short-term bag. We're looking for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, okay? Because we're investing for the next generation, not for us. All right? So if you coming back, you're going to be my battle buddy, okay? All right. So if you're brand new though, what I want you to do is click that link in my bio, download that free crypto beginner checklist. Okay. It's designed to help you to avoid some of those common mistakes that beginners make. I was a beginner once. All of us were beginner once before we started investing in this market. So that way you can make more money over the long term and lose less money over the long term. Okay. Go ahead, click that. It's going to ask you questions, answer them honestly, and then do each step. Okay, it's 5 steps in there. Do each step. It should take you probably 10 minutes, if not less than that. NYN, I see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Say my buddy to this. My buddy. My buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. Oh, shoot. That's what's up. So let's go. So that's it. If you all know someone who is interested in cryptocurrency, invite them to tune in on Friday. Okay, on Friday we'll be back doing a part 2 to this. All right, we're gonna go a little bit deeper so that way we can become better investors. Think like investors. Think like people who have millions and billions of dollars invested. Okay, I know that's why you put that in there. See, this is why Bear Market Buddy is now my battle buddy, because he has learned me, or he is learning me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. All right. But invite them to join us back on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That is 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay. For my people on the West Coast. If you learned something today, if you want to go and share the replay on YouTube with the next person, so that way they can at least watch tonight's session and be ready for Friday. Okay. On top of that, if you missed the crypto beginner workshop that we just had on Saturday, y'all, you can watch it on demand, meaning at your own pace, at your own time, whenever you can, when them kids asleep, when whatever's going on and you have some free time, you can watch it at your own pace. Okay. If you want to be able to get access to that, then you can also click the link in my bio. It's there. All right. It'll take you to it. Y'all, it's $27 to make sure that you're good to go. Okay. Hey, Miss Gigi say it's good. Gotta go back. That's right. Let's go. So that's it, y'all. I hope I see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a great night. I'm gonna leave y'all my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he says to start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. God willing, we'll see each other on Friday. Y'all have a great